Hello students. So in the previous class we were talking about the term that is evaporation. What is evaporation, student? Evaporation is the process of conversion of the water into that of the water vapor, that is evaporation. So we undergo a lot of examples which is related to the evaporation or which is the result of that of the evaporation only. Okay, so we studied like if we take a wet cloth, okay, so we used to spread the wet cloth outside, okay, under that of the sunlight. So afterward when you see it, you will see the clothes become dry. How is it so, student? It is because the sunlight, when it falls on the surface of the wet cloth, the water which is present in that of the wet cloth will take the heat, and by absorbing the heat it will get converted into the water vapor. So evaporation, it explains that the water, it absorbs the heat from the surrounding, from an external device, and thus it absorbs the heat and finally it get evaporated in the form of a water vapor. Okay, another example is suppose you take a wet cloth and you take the wet cloth and wipe the blackboard with the wet cloth. You will see the blackboard, it becomes wet. But after some time you will see the blackboard becomes dry also. Why is it so, student? It is because of the evaporation, the water, it get converted into the water vapor and it evaporates, it disappears. Same thing happens if suppose you throw up water on that of the floor also. After some time the floor becomes dry due to evaporation. Evaporation also a very important role in the process of a separation, student. Okay, so the salt can be separated by the process of the evaporation. Okay, not only this, the extraction of the salt from the sea water or from that of the ocean, it occurs by the process of the evaporation only. Okay, so this evaporation, we studied a lot of examples and I told you that most of the time questions will be asked related to that of the example. Or if a question is, example is given and the question is which process is going on in this one. So you have to explain that evaporation process is going on. Later on we studied that okay, the water bodies and that of the sea or that of the ocean, they shows the evaporation process and by which the rainfall occur. Okay, so evaporation process basically occur by that of the water bodies. What about the other students like plants? So plants also show the evaporation process in the form of a transpiration. There we do not use the term evaporation. There we use the term that is transpiration. What happened in the transpiration? Water is absorbed by the roots of the plant. This water will go through the stem to the leaves, and plant, it takes the water for the process of photosynthesis. Now the water which is left, it should be removed from the plant, and how it will be removed? With the help of the stomata. So this water will take the heat from the surrounding and it will convert into water vapor and finally it will evaporate in the form of a water vapor. So we studied also that in spite of that of the water bodies, plant in the form of a transpiration also plays an important role in accumulating or in increasing the water vapor in the atmosphere. Later on we started with that of the condensation, student. What is condensation? I told you the condensation is what? Conversion of water vapor into water. Water droplets if it is written or water written, doesn't matter. Okay, so condensation, that is the reverse of the evaporation. Here in evaporation, when you give the heat, it absorbs the heat and convert into water vapor. In condensation, the heat will be released. It means when the temperature get lowers down, at that time the water vapor get converted into the water. Okay, so the formation of the cloud is basically the condensation process. We will explain about this in the water cycle. Till that you understand it, the definition of the condensation is the conversion of the water vapor into the water. Now we can understand it with the help of an activity, student, that is given in your book. So in a book you have seen that an activity is given in which we will take a glass. Okay, that glass is filled with that of the ice box. Okay, now what you will do, you will keep the ice, that of the glass, which consisting of an iceberg, by wiping the upper surface of the glass so that no water droplet will be present on the upper surface. Now when you left it undisturbed for 5 to 7 minutes, then what you will see that the small water droplets will be present on the surface of the on that of the glass tumbler. Why is this so, student? It is because of the condensation process. So in a condensation process, you will see the glass tumbler consisting of a water droplets. It is because the air consisting of the water vapor, these water vapor which is present in the surrounding, as it comes in a contact with that of a glass tumbler, the temperature is low, the glass tumbler temperature is low because of the presence of the iceberg. So as the water vapor comes in a contact with that of the glass tumbler, it will get converted into the water droplets again and stick to the surface of the tumbler, student. Student, we were talking about that activity, we said that we will take a tumbler and when we add that iceberg, then we find the water droplets present on the ice. So let me show this activity to you people. So in this bowl, I had taken the ice, and what we will do first, we will take a tumbler or a glass and we will add the iceberg. As you can see here, there is nothing. If you want, you can wipe it so that you will find that there is no water droplet. Okay, so in the activity also it is given that we will take a glass or tumbler, we will wipe it from outside so that no water should present in that of the glass. No water is present on the outer surface of the glass, and this will give us a clean result. Okay, so when we add our iceberg to it, okay, so we are adding few icebergs in it to show that it shows the process of condensation, students, and you just leave it for a few seconds only. What you will see that the water droplets will be present at the outer surface. Okay, so you can see here nothing is there. This time we will keep it outside, we will keep it like that, and so we will keep the glass as it is, student, by putting the icebergs in it, and then you will find that the water droplets will be present at the outer surface of the glass. Okay, just keep it undisturbed for 5 minutes. Till that we can see that what are the different examples of that of the condensation. It means that there are many things which happen around us and which proves that the process of condensation occur in it. Condensation, student, that is the conversion of the water vapor into that of the water again. So the first thing you can see, student, that is dew. Dew, in Hindi we call dew as O's. Okay, so dew, it is formed in the morning. You will see that a water droplet, a tiny water droplet will be present on the leaf lamina of the plant. Okay, what is that? It is the dew only. This is the water dew. So how the formation of the dew occur on that of the surface of the leaf, students? So basically what happened, the water vapor which is present around to that of the plant, during night what happened, the temperature is low. Okay, so at night time the temperature becomes low, and due to which the water vapor which is present around that of the plant, it get converted into the water again. Okay, so on that basis we can say that the condensation process occurs. So the water which is present near to that of the leaf get converted into the water droplet, and in the form of a teeny water droplet which be termed as a dew will be present on the surface of the leaves or on the plants. Okay, so we can say dew formation is an example of condensation. Okay, so formation of a dew is also an example of a condensation in which the leaf lamina will get a teeny water droplet You know why is this happen, student? It is because the water vapor present in the surrounding due to cold night, as the temperature is low, night is cold as compared to day. So we will say the temperature becomes low, and due to which the water vapor get converted into water droplets. Second one, students, you have seen that if you want to wipe a spectacles, it means the glass which is having the power in it. Okay, so if you want to wipe a spectacle or we want to wipe a glass, then you have seen that we used to do it by breathing out. Okay, so we used to breathe out to clean that of the spectacles. So basically what happened, as you take the glass and you breathe, then what will happen? The water vapor which is present in our mouth, it comes and stick to that of the surface of the glass, and there they get converted into the water again. Okay, and due to the presence of the small water droplets on the glass, we are able to wipe it off. Okay, so we can say that the condensation, wiping off the spectacle by breathing out is also an example of a condensation. Student, you can write it that how does it occur? You will write it that since we breathe out, the water vapor which is present inside our mouth will get stick to that of the surface of the glass or that of the spectacle, where they get converted into the water droplets. So you can see here the condensation process occur here, how the water vapor which is present in our mouth, as it came outside due to low temperature, it get converted into the water droplet. It means here the conversion of that of the water vapor to that of the water droplet, conversion of the water to water. Okay, so that is what, that is the condensation process. And since the water droplets will get stick on the surface of the spectacle or the glass, so we are able to wipe it off easily. Okay, so the first one is the dew and the second one is the wiping of the spectacles. The third one is the very much similar to the activity that we are doing, student. That is, if suppose we take out a water bottle which is kept in the fridge. Okay, so as you keep it outside and kept it on a table for 5 to 10 minutes, you will see the small water droplets will get stick on the surface of that water bottle which was kept outside on that of the table. We can understand with the help of the activity. I have kept it for 10 minutes, students, and you can see here the water droplets. Okay, so this water droplet is due to the ice which is present in it. Okay, so this is that of the water droplet which is present in that of the ice. So you can see here, student, I had kept the icebergs at that time. The outer surface of the glass was clean, but as you keep it as you put the icebergs in it and left it undisturbed for 5 to 10 minutes, then you will see the small water droplets will be present on the surface of the of the tumbler of the glass. So the same thing that happened in the glass, students. Okay, the same thing will happen with that of the glass of the water, with that of the water bottle. Okay, so as you take out the water bottle from that of the fridge and keep it outside for 10 minutes, you will see the water bottle surface, water droplets will be present on the outer surface of that of the water bottle. Why is this so, student? It is because the air which is present surrounding to this water bottle. We can understand with the help of this glass only, student. You have seen the water droplets are present on its surface. So when I kept it on the table, at that time the water vapor which is present near to this glass, which is present to the surface of this glass, the water vapor. Okay, as it come in contact with the glass, the temperature is low. Why? Because it consisting of ice in it. Due to which the temperature is low, this water vapor will get converted into water due to the that of the condensation process. Okay, so the temperature is low here, so water vapor which is present to the surface of this glass will get converted to the water vapor to water. The same thing happened with that of the bottle also. So we can say that third one is the water bottle, which is kept outside from fridge for 10 to 15 minutes. You will observe water droplets on the surface of that of the droplets on the surface of water bottle. So basically the reason is the condensation only, student, because the water vapor present around it will get converted into water droplet. So this is the third example of that of the condensation, student. Now if we see the fourth one, student, so you have heard about the another thing except that of the dew is the fog. Okay, so fourth one is the fog. Formation of the fog. Fog is what, students? Basically, if you see in the cold winter, there is a formation of a thick cloudy appearance which is very near to that of the ground, that we call as a fog. And the formation of a fog occur due to the condensation of that of the water vapor which is present near the ground. Okay, so we can say that the fog, that is formation of fog near the ground, near the surface of the earth or near that of the ground, is due to the condensation of water vapor present near the ground into water droplets or water aerosols. Okay, so formation of the fog occurs due to the process of a condensation. Here also the same thing happened. It basically occurred in that of the winter or in the very cold temperature. At that time, there is a formation of a thick, white, cloudy like appearance will be there near that of the ground, which we call as a fog. And the formation of a fog occur since the water vapor which is present near that of the ground get condensed into the water droplets, and thus there is a formation of that of the fog. Okay. Now these are some of the examples of the condensation, that is the formation of a fog, formation of a dew, the water bottle which we had kept in that of the fridge, when we take it outside, then that is also an example of a condensation, students. Okay. Now we will see the another thing, that how this condensation process help in the formation of that of the clouds. Okay. So we will see formation of the cloud. Although the formation of the cloud include both the thing, that is the evaporation as well as that of the condensation. So we will see the next topic, student, and that is formation of clouds. Formation of the clouds. So let me explain you that what are the different points which include the formation of the clouds, student. The first point is evaporation or transpiration. So basically what happened, we had discussed earlier also, student, that all the water bodies, including that of the sea or that of the ocean, which consisting of a lot of water in it, these water body, when it is exposed to that of the sunlight, exposed to the sunlight, it means during daytime, student, when the sunlight fall on the surface of that of the water. Okay, so for that we can use another term, that is when it is exposed to that of the sunlight. Okay, so the water which is present on the surface of that of the water body will absorb the sunlight which is falling on the surface, and as it absorbs the that of the heat which is coming from that of the sunlight, it will get converted into that of the water vapor. Okay students, so we can say the first step of that in the formation of the cloud is the evaporation. We have used another term also student, and that is transpiration. So you are knowing about it that along with that of the evaporation, the plants they also participate in increasing the amount of the water vapor around the atmosphere, and this they done by the process of the transpiration. So excess amount of the water which is present in the plant will get evaporate from the stomata of the leaf in the form of a water vapor, that is a transpiration. Okay, so evaporation and transpiration both are these processes which help in increasing the amount of a water vapor in the atmosphere. So we will say that transpiration or evaporation, in which in this process we can write it water gets converted to water vapor. You know the reason why is this so? Because it becomes hot as it absorbs the heat from that of the sun. Okay, so in that you can write it that it is due to the absorption of the heat from the sunlight, it get converted to water vapor. Okay, so in this process water get converted to water vapor by absorbing heat from sunlight. Okay, so this is the first step in the formation of the cloud. In the second one student, you see that now there is a formation of the water vapor, which is what? Which is very lighter, because it is like a gas only. Okay, although it consisting of a water in it, but it is very much lighter to that of the water itself. Okay, so we will say that since it is lighter, what will happen? It will rise in the upward direction. Okay, so the second step is water vapor is lighter than water, thus it rises up. Okay, so it rises up to the atmosphere. Okay, so it absorbs the heat from the surrounding and it rises up to that of the atmosphere. Okay, so it rises up to that of the atmosphere. Reason is student because it is hot and thus it is lighter than that of the water. Then the third one is, as this water vapor goes to the higher altitude in the atmosphere, or as it reaches to that of the sky, okay, or we can say higher altitude. At higher altitude, the temperature is comparatively low. Okay, so what will happen? This water vapor, which is hot, which is because it absorbs the heat, there the temperature is low. So finally, what will happen? Due to low temperature, the water vapor again get converted into the water itself. So we can write it that as this water vapor goes to higher altitude, what happened in the higher altitude student? The temperature is low. Thus, water vapor condensed to form water again, water droplets, or you can say to form water. Okay, so then it rises up to the atmosphere. As it rises up, the higher altitude, the temperature is low, student, and you know that if the temperature is low, this water vapor will finally again get converted into the water droplets. Now you see here, student, these tiny water droplets, basically we call them as a clouds, which used to flow in the atmosphere. Okay, so what is the cloud, student? The clouds consisting of a tiny droplets which combine together with each other, and thus it forms the cloud. Okay, so cloud, it used to move from one place to another. That cloud basically consisting of a tiny droplets in it. So we can say that the tiny droplets of these tiny droplets of water forms the clouds, which used to flow from one place to another. Okay, so this cloud formation, it occurs due to that of the water droplets formed by that of the water vapor, and this clouds used to flow from one place to another, students. Now what happened? These tiny droplets, they used to float from the in form of a cloud. It used to flow from flows in the atmosphere and the sky itself. So these tiny droplets, then they combine to the another tiny droplet. So what will happen? All the tiny droplets, they combine together to form a big droplet of the water, which we call as a rain. Okay, so tiny droplets, they form the cloud, and when these clouds are combined with the another cloud, or we can say when these tiny droplets of water combined with that of the another droplets, it will form a bigger droplet of our water, which we call as a rain. Okay, so now what happened? When they combine together, then there is a formation of the rain. Now this rain will again comes to that of the earth in the form of a rainfall. Okay, so rainfall, it comes due to the formation of a big droplets of the water. Big droplets of the water formed by the combination of that of the tiny droplets of the water. So rainfall, it occurs through this process, through the process of evaporation and condensation only. Now as the rainfall occurs, what will happen, student? The water, it goes to the ground, seeps into the ground, and form underground water. Okay, so formation of the underground of water occurs due to that of the rainfall. While most of the water from the soil itself, it reaches to that of the river or the lake or the ponds. Okay, so formation of the rainfall, it occurs like that. So we can write it first that after the formation of that of the clouds, these tiny droplets, they combine with the combines with the other droplets, water droplets, and forms big droplet which comes to earth in the form of rain. Okay, so rainfall occurs due to the combination of tiny droplet, students. So rainfall occurs, students. After that, rainfall is what? It is basically the big droplet of the water. Sometimes it happens, students, that especially in that of the colder areas, this rainfall, this water droplets, as it comes to the earth, since the temperature is low, then what will happen? The water will get converted into the ice, and this ice falls on the surface of the earth, and there we use the another term for it. Instead of rainfall, we will use the term that is snowfall. So snowfall, it occurs in the region where the temperature is very low. As the water reaches to the earth, the temperature is low, so it gets converted into that of the snow, and we will say the snowfall occur. So after this, student, we can write that some places instead of rainfall, instead of snowfall occurs. Okay, and the reason of the snowfall, student, due to the low temperature. It also happens sometimes that the ice which is formed in that of the cloud due to the low temperature, it will directly comes to the earth, and there we use another term for it. When the icebergs is used to come with that of the rain also, then we use another term for it, and that is hail. Okay, so hail is what? It is the icebergs, it is the ice droplets which used to come from that of the cloud to that of the earth. So we talk about how the rainfall occur, we talk that how the snowfall occur. Snowfall basically due to that of the low temperature. And as this rainfall occurs, student, you know that most of them it goes to the river, and most of them it forms the underground water. Now you see one more thing, student, that in the snowfall, when the snowfall occurs, this snow it gets stick to that of the mountain also. Okay, so you have heard that mountains covered with that of the snow. So basically during the snowfall, as the temperature is low, this snow will get stick to that of the mountain, or it covers the mountain. And when the temperatures become little higher, this snow only it melts and comes out in the form of a water from that of the mountain. Okay, so you have heard that the river or the streams, it used to form by the river, it formed due to the water which is coming from that of the mountain. So basically this snow which is present, which covers that of the mountain, it melts and form a stream of a water, and finally it will form the river. Okay, so we will say that snowfall also plays a very important role in the formation of that of the river, as it is present, it covers that of the mountain. Okay, student, so this is the formation of the cloud, in which we talk about that of the evaporation occurs, then condensation occurs, then rainfall, in some places snowfall occur, and sometimes hail is also occur due to that of the low temperature. Okay, students.